Morning, everybody. This is going to be a live, but I'm going to be facing my iPhone and I won't be able to read a lot of comments, so forgive me if I'm not responding to comments. Try to get that light off us. Move this a little bit this way. I think that's better. That helps any. Yeah, I think that helps a little bit. So anyways, today I wanted to do a quick live. Believe it or not, I'm on my two final pumpkins. These are the last two harvested in late November. They did go through a mild frost, so, but they made it. Some of the littler ones, smaller ones, they died out. I have a bunch of stuff going on here. So you're gonna hear beeping and noises and everything because over behind my iPhone that's filming right now, I have my air fryer going. That's gonna be for this pumpkin. I have a double oven and they're both gonna be set to 425. One is going to get fresh pumpkin and one is going to get carrots. I love carrots. So before I get into the pumpkins, let me get the carrots processed as far as how I'm gonna cook them. So I got 5 or 6 large carrots, washed them really well. They're not mine. I had to get them from the grocery store. I know. And I like olive oil. I love olive oil. I've tried some of the other ones. I've tried grapeseed, I've tried avocado, and they're all good. I like them. But there's just something about the taste and the smell of olive oil that I really like. So when I roast vegetables, I first throw a little olive oil on them, get them all swimming there. I like my smoked paprika, so I sprinkle some of that on there. I like a little salt. Love black pepper, gotta have black pepper. I'm just getting these going, so these are cooking while I'm working with the pumpkins. I'll throw on maybe very carefully measured, very scientifically measured garlic powder. So, okay, that oven's ready. I think my air fryer is ready. So I'm doing sweet and savory today, okay? Now, carrots, what I do with my carrots are, I get them prepared. Okay? They look like so, okay? I have my baking dish, my baking pan here, baking tray, whatever. And let's get those thrown out over there. Get them in one layer. And what I do is, the bigger ones I kind of cut in half. I leave them chunky. Just, that's my preference. And then you'll see what I do is, I'm gonna put them in the oven. 425. For, about 40 minutes. Then what I do is I take them out. I let them rest on the counter. I put them in a bowl, covered bowl. I keep them in my fridge. During the day, I do it with sweet potatoes, I do it with the pumpkin, I do it with carrots, onions. If I'm busy outside, I walk in, I don't bother to even cook them. I leave them about 4 inches long and a nice size. I can just reach in, grab a couple carrots that are already cooked and roasted with really good flavor, and then I eat them. And that's what I snack on over the next couple days instead of snacking on junk, I either do carrots or I'll do roasted beets or something like that. This is the last of my indoor lettuce. It's a sad day here. The last day of my lettuce. I finally harvested the rest of it and rinsed it really well, even though I don't have to because this is all organic. I didn't spray anything on this. But I had a lot of sandwiches. I had those caprese salads. I had a lot of different things from that little batch I grew from my hydroponics. So let me put this back in the fridge. Okay, if you remember, I froze pumpkin. So this is thawing. That's going to get cooked tomorrow. That's not for today. Today, I have this. So let me get my cutting board. And let me see if I can turn this down without knocking the phone off. Let's see. I don't know if you can see. Yep, okay. So to the cutting board. To the cutting board, Robin. So, let's see if I can see. So all I'm gonna do is, this has the skin on. This has been sitting in the refrigerator overnight, kind of losing a lot of its liquid. And you'll see in the bottom, the liquid. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these in small chunks like that. That's compost. And when I say I compost, I compost. So this, what I'm doing here is I'm going to air fry this batch today, okay? I have never air fried my pumpkin. I've roasted it, I've fried it, haven't air fried it. So before I get into processing these pumpkins, I wanted to get some of this in the air fryer, and I'm gonna do this stuff. This is gonna be sweet. So I find that the best tool to use is a fillet knife, working with pumpkin. Remember, with pumpkin, you get not only this flesh, oops, I didn't cut those down, did I? You not only get the flesh, but you get the seeds. You can either dry the seeds, use them next year, or you can roast the seeds, and they are really, really good that way. So, I'm just gonna do a few more pieces. I'm not gonna do all of this. The rest I'll be roasting tomorrow. Like I said, this is gonna be sweet. I have a little bit of cinnamon sugar to the left of me. Now, next year, when I have my canning set up ready, I'm getting canned, that's what I'm getting is my canning jars. That's what they asked me. I usually don't get Christmas gifts, but my family was adamant, what do you want, what do you want? So I said, fine, get me canning jars. If you're gonna fight me about it, get me canning jars. So one more piece. And I'm gonna try canning some pumpkin next year and freezing it, roasting it. I'm gonna try fermenting some, and then I'm going to try, I've already dehydrated some, and I'll dehydrate some. So that's all I'm gonna do there for now, okay? So let me do this. This is a clean tea towel. So you can see, pumpkin does hold a lot of water. So when I air fry this, I don't want a lot of water. Anytime you fry something, you don't want the water to hit the hot oil. It causes problems. So what I'm going to do is, yes, I'm going to use a little bit of olive oil. And then what we're going to do, toss this in here. Let me clean up my spatula so I don't have to dirty another spatula. because I did savory already. Get this tea towel out of the way. Okay, so we're going to get this tossed in the olive oil. And then I'm going to hit this with a really, really, really good dose of cinnamon sugar. I mean a really good dose. Just going to finish that. Okay. I have my air fry pan here. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to get this onto the tray. I'm going to get these separated. These should caramelize really good because they have pumpkin has a good sugar content anyways, and now with all the sugar on there, it should caramelize even better, theoretically. So let's go get this in the air fryer. So that I'm going to start time. I'm going to start time at 20 minutes. I'm going to check it at 20 minutes. Oh, let me get rid of my compost bucket there for a minute. We've been baking up a storm here today, cooking up a storm here at Okies Eden today. Get rid of this. Rid of my seasonings. And so this and what's in this package, I will do tomorrow. I will roast this up tomorrow for me for the couple days that I'll have for lunches. So, pumpkins. Why do I like pumpkins? Number one, they're delicious. If you like sweet potatoes, if you like squash, zucchini, things like that, good chance you're gonna like pumpkins. So, I've experimented, if you've watched my channel, many ways on how to process and store pumpkins. I've done a little bit of dehydrating and I've rehydrated it and it comes out really good. And, excuse me, I also froze it, and then some I cooked right away. And like I said, one of the reasons why I really like pumpkin is because of this. If I were to plant that one seed, that can net me anywhere from 5 to 15 pumpkins from one seed. Which in turn, if you see the size of these pumpkins are about 5 pounds. So I had pumpkins ranging from 5 pounds to 20 pounds. So I've had an average of about 12 pounds per pumpkin. So your yield, if you can store it, you can feed a lot of people, a lot of different things, either sweet or savory. And so that's why I really do enjoy growing and harvesting and eating the pumpkins. And let me get another thing here. Let me get this one wiped out here. So I have more people asking about seeds. So as I clean these pumpkins, I'm going to try and get as many seeds as possible. So if you do want me to send you some of these are Connecticut Field, very good variety to grow. These sprouted for me in my garden in 3 days. And you guys saw I had over 100 plus pumpkins this year, and that was the first year I've ever grown them. So I'm gonna get as many seeds out as possible. I'll keep them in water, get them rinsed, get all the mush off them. I don't really eat them anymore. I like them like that. I give them to people if they want to roast. I've given some for roasting to other people. I just don't, they're not my thing anymore. But, so what I'm doing is, I'm just gonna do the one here today. I'm gonna process. I'm not gonna bother with the other one today, because I'm still not sure if I want that one just to go to pie or what. But like I said, I'm gonna have probably 500, 600 seeds when I'm all done processing this. I mean, you can see already just from what I've got, all those seeds. And then what I don't save for seeds, that'll all go as compost. And enrich the soil. A lot of good things about pumpkins. You can get a lot of food, a lot of compost. And like I said, if you don't want to eat it and you get sick of it and you have a lot of it, give it to somebody that has chickens, somebody that has goats, cows. If you watch Natty Homemaker, she even has she feeds it to her dog, Bella. And I guess Bella enjoys it. So you can see they're just pulling right out. So that's all I'm gonna harvest on the seeds. That's probably easily a couple hundred seeds, and I have a couple hundred seeds in the back, plus I have bags of these things. So give these a week or two, and if you wanna email me, okieseden@gmail.com. Do that, and let me know you want some of these pumpkin seeds, and I will get them to you. So I'll get that other part done in a few minutes. But one thing I wanted to show everybody, if I could find it now. I have found a plain old ice cream scoop, for me, is the best way to clean the pumpkin. I mean, look at that. I used to use a teaspoon or a tablespoon. This has kind of a little bit, not a sharp edge, but a more of an edge. And it just comes in and just rips that stuff right out. So you can see, in 3 swipes, I've pretty much cleaned this pumpkin. I'll just get the little stuff around the edges. So now what I'm going to do is, some is going to go into storage, some is going to cook. So this here, let me get this cut up for roasting. I usually cut them like this, so I get them in about 1 inch pieces or so, like that. And then I just do this. I go like that. Now, if you want, you can cut the skins off now. I don't bother. Excuse me, I'm just going to toss them in there. Like that. Then, since I have the sweet over there and the air fryer going, this is going to be savory. So, a little bit of olive oil. And this pumpkin is nice and ripe, and I'm telling you, once you get it rolling around and cut up, you can start to smell the fresh pumpkin, and it is just absolutely delicious. Now, let me see here, a little paprika. And now, here's an interesting tip. I found out the last time that I did savory, I used chili powder. So it's excellent. So let's toss a little chili powder on here. Oh, it smells really good in here. I can smell the pumpkin over there, and I can smell the sugar. You can smell the sweet in my air fryer. So I'm gonna have a bunch of roasted stuff over the next week that I can just go to the refrigerator, pull it out. Okay. Let me just get these babies separated a little bit. That. Oven, what is that? That's a really thin piece, but I'm gonna let it go. So there's that. Okay. 425. This will probably go for 40 minutes. That's gonna go on the top. So I have about 20 minutes left on the bottom. So I know I got to add 20 when the bottom oven goes off. So there you have it. I will do this one later, and then the rest of this I'll harvest and I'll just put in the freezer. But you don't all need to sit there and watch that. That's not a problem. Let me grab my drink. You know what, just in case, I'm gonna grab our little Oink piggy timer, and I'm gonna go to, whoops. I'm gonna go to 20 minutes, okay? Got my drink in there. Let me get some light on. I'll turn this light off. Let me take us in the other room and see if I can get us situated. What do you think about that? What do you all think about that? If it'll work. I think the cord's long enough. Who knows? I don't know anymore. Let's unplug this from here. Stop messing around. And go back over here. Okay, there. I'm gonna sit in the comfortable chair. Let me turn that light off. Wow. All right, it's a little dark. I don't care. Do you care if it's dark? It's probably an improvement. You guys don't have to see my mug. Wow. 30 of them, wow. Let me do this. All right, there. In probably 10 or 15 minutes, stuff's gonna start going off. So I'll have to get up and pull things out of the oven. Okay. Hope everybody's having a good day. If you look out into my kitchen, you'll see the purple kitchen, obviously. And then behind me, you'll see two-tone gray walls. When we bought this place 5 years ago, it was a total wreck. But that's how I get deals on houses. I buy, as long as the AC, the roof, the bones are solid, I can fix wiring, I can do plumbing, I can do masonry, I can do flooring, drywall. Hey, Jane. I told Jane earlier I wasn't going live, but then I had nothing else going on. I got bored, so I came on live. So when we moved into this place, these walls were disgusting. They were filthy. They had this border. You see where my chair rail, I put this chair rail up? That was almost like a cabin-esque border. It had moose and pine trees, and half of it was tore off the wall. There was dirt and dust all over the walls. They had somebody come in, they paid to paint the kitchen. They painted it red. It was a red. They had red on the trim, they had red on the floor, they had red on the countertops. Doing well, how are you? So we came in, I got it up to living, where I got the one bathroom cleaned up and fixed, master bedroom ready to go, then we could move in. And then I just started going room by room by room. So every wall's been painted, every wall's been fixed, and if there's any holes or damage done, I drywall fixed it. I did trim work, everything. Repainted the kitchen, repainted the ceiling, scraped the popcorn off the ceilings, and then this summer I replaced they had a ceiling fan in every room, six ceiling fans. None of them matched. They were all different. They were filthy. They had grease, like a grease dust on them. So I think that, because when we took the oven out, there was a lot of grease behind it and down the side of the older cabinets. And it was disgusting. So I had to get in there and I scraped it with a paint scraper. I scraped grease off the side of the cabinets that were by the stove. Anyways, cleaned it up, and then we ended up getting just at a big box store, we got the lowest end cabinets. Hey, fire, Dr. Ninja's in the house, literally in the house. And then so I gutted the kitchen, and then I think you can see it, maybe not. But at the sink, I put one of the high top with the retractable faucet so I can fill containers without putting them in the sink. It's got a brand new quartz sink, stuff that we got deals on. And we did it inexpensively because I did all the work myself. So I had any plumbing, any wiring fixes, I can do all that. I've learned that through the years. And then, so we made this place our own. So all I have left to do now is, I do want to repaint a couple of the ceilings. I got to finish painting the roof, or the ceiling in the master bath. And all the bathrooms have new fixtures, new vanities, new sinks, everything. New flooring. I shrunk the size of the master bathroom because the bathroom was like 15 by 12 or 13. It's ridiculous. I don't need a bathroom that big. And I wanted more storage. So it has the toilet, the two master sinks, and the shower. It had one of those garden tubs, which we never use. I don't like the garden tubs, I never did. They take up a lot of room. For the one time a year you use them, I just don't think it's worth it. So I tore that out, capped the plumbing, new flooring, put walls up, door, light, and now I have a really nice 6 by 12 walk-in closet that's added to our closet. So that's where we put all of our storage. So our Christmas stuff and Thanksgiving, any kind of stuff like that you want to get to quickly, it's all right in there. I have a storage shed, but I don't like to keep stuff out in the heat like that. Yeah. So a lot of the houses, like in Texas, we had what, one house, we had one, two. We moved to McKinney, that had a huge bathroom. Two bathrooms, but one was huge. Then we moved to Prosper, and that had 3 bathrooms. And again, they had a garden tub. And it's such a waste of space, in my opinion. And then when we moved here, we're just like, okay, that garden tub's coming out. We're gonna make a nice closet, and bye. Oh, see you later. See you later. I hope you're feeling okay. So right now, the house smells like Christmas. It is, I got the sweet with the cinnamon sugar in the air fryer, and I have the roasting pumpkin that was frozen and thawed yesterday. See you later. Bye, Jennifer. In the bottom oven and in the top oven, the bottom oven has roasted carrots. And then that's gonna give me stuff that I just keep in a bowl all week. And I can just walk by, grab something, pop it in my mouth and eat and just keep working. I'm gonna be working in the garden this afternoon because believe it or not, it's supposed to be 65 here today. And according to the 10-day forecast, Christmas is supposed to be about 70, 75 degrees here in southern Oklahoma. I am so happy about that. If I want to see White Christmas, I'll flip on one of the TVs and I'll watch White Christmas or Christmas Story or one of the classics. I don't need a White Christmas anymore. I had them as a kid. I don't need them anymore. Okay. Yes, Coach, it's supposed to be, and it's only supposed to get down in a couple nights, like 50 some degrees. So now that the garden is thawed, after I did that live yesterday, now I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna finish setting those posts. Oh, hold on, everybody. Hold on, everybody, let me go check. I gotta check my pumpkin from the air fryer. Fingers crossed. See if that comes through okay. That's what we have so far. That one there I got to get rid of because that's going to burn, but it's caramelizing. I'm going to check in a minute here to see if it's done. So I want you guys, if you can see that. See the caramelization on that? You can smell it. Oh, and you can, the cinnamon sugar. Yeah, done. Awesome. Awesome sauce. That just made the day. So, after you take the pumpkin out of the freezer, let it thaw for a day or two, it'll dehydrate a little bit in the fridge, pat it dry. Little oil and cinnamon sugar on it, really heavy. 400 degrees, air fryer. I did it for 20 minutes, done. And I cut them to about 1/2 inch thick, 1/2 inch by 1 inch. It caramelized perfectly. It tastes like you're eating a pumpkin pie, chunky pumpkin pie. Not the puree. It tastes like a pumpkin pie that you're eating an actual chunk of. Delicious. I'm gonna have that for my lunch. And then I'm gonna head outside. That'll give me my energy for Okie to get out in the garden so I can set my 2 4x4s, get them plumb. Get my 2 picket fence attached to them so they're secure. I'm gonna fill in the holes of my trellis where I put my concrete, tamp that all down. I'll take all of the braces off. And then my poo emoji, I'm gonna take off the post. And then temporarily, I'm going to attach that and have a poo emoji. So when you walk in the garden from that, you're gonna see a poo emoji sitting there looking at you. I had some other ideas for emojis people sent me. I'm gonna do some of those. I'm looking for some road signs. So I'm checking out, I gotta check out some of the shops this weekend in town. I know they have some signs there. But if I could get a stop sign, a street sign, something like that, that would be awesome. I can put those around the garden. I'm gonna do a live where I'm making the gates for each. I have 5 trellises that need a gate now, so the garden will be enclosed. And I'm trying to get a hold of, I have a few, but I gotta get more. I need about 15 or 20 old license plates. And I want one of the gates to be made out of license plates. Some will have hubcaps on them, so on and so forth. So, really excited about that. Then I'm gonna get a piece of dowel rod or a piece of rebar, steel rebar. And I want to set a post near the garden, and then I have that old steering wheel, and then I will secure the steering wheel so you can turn the steering wheel. I'll put it on a bearing or something. And then when my grandkids are here, if they're out in the garden with me, I know they'll want to steer so they can play with the steering wheel. But yeah, it's going to be a good time. So hopefully, yeah, yeah. I got to get pictures. I'll post pictures someday. For our first grandchild, we made him a John Deere tractor rocking chair from scratch. So we have our wood shop and everything. Hey, broke but bountifully blessed is in the house. Carol, I'm doing another hashtag Microdwarf 2526 video that I'll probably release this weekend. So because of the weather we're having, we're going to be getting into the 70s, and it's going to be sunny over the next couple days. I'm going to do a road trip. I'm going to do a what do you call it? Field trip for the Microdwarfs. I'm going to take them from out under the grow light, and I'm going to move them outside tomorrow so they get full sun. They get the natural sun for the next couple days, and then I'll bring them in at night. And then when it starts getting chilly again, I'll put them back under the grow lights. So I'm excited about that. So I'm going to do a Microdwarf video where I show me taking them outside, putting them outside, so on and so forth. Cool. Cool. Yeah, definitely send me those. I'd love that. So I got that going. So if anybody wants to get involved in that, get some Microdwarf tomatoes, you can contact, hey, Ninja Turtle, how you doing? If you want to get some Microdwarf stuff to try for that hashtag, Microdwarf 2526 collaboration, I'm sure she would probably send you some, plant them, do a video, send it to the hashtag and to their channel name, and they'll get you into it. And it's been fun. I think I've put in 4 or 5 videos so far. And I've picked up a couple subscribers because they're in there that I didn't know about, and then they subscribe to me, and then I watch some of their content, and then we have similar likes. So then I was able to go back in and watch some of their stuff, and then like, and then hit the notification so I know when they release something. So it's been fruitful, no pun intended, it's been fruitful to join the tomato collaboration. Because tomatoes are fruit. Tomatoes are fruit, don't you forget it. But anyways, so number 1, the air fryer pumpkin's done. It's the sweet with the cinnamon sugar. I'll eat that in a few minutes. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to show, oh, bye Missy, how versatile. We always get caught up on potatoes, green beans, you know, tomatoes. All these regular items we get focused on. And then I didn't realize till this year, pumpkin is more than just pumpkin pie, more than just pumpkin cheesecake. You know, you've seen me, I've roasted it, I fried it, I made French fries out of it. They were good. It's so versatile, it can be sweet or savory. You can cut a sugar pie pumpkin open halfway, make a bowl out of it, roast it, and then put soup in it, or put stew in it, or put some meat and some cranberry sauce in it, and then you can eat the entire bowl, and then just have the skin left over. It's versatile, it's fun. Most importantly though, if you're a homesteader, or if you're a prepper, or somebody what happens if you lose your food source, like we lost one of our food sources. Oh, that would be cool. And you know, we lost one to a tornado, the one that was closest to us was a grocery store. They're not rebuilding it. So people are stuck going 30 miles north or south. So it used to be a couple miles down the road. They're not rebuilding. They've already told the town, we're not rebuilding. So if that happened to somebody and you didn't have transportation much, or thank you very much, then, you know, you're kind of stuck, right? So pumpkins, one little seed, like I showed you, one little seed, you can get 5, 10, 15 pumpkins from one seed. So you can literally, you guys all saw I had over 100 plus pumpkins this year. I had to give them away because I could not harvest them, clean them, freeze them. Next year I'll can some, and then I'll freeze some. But I really want to try canning them, and then I'm going to do a lot more dehydrating. I want to get a bigger dehydrator, or maybe a freeze dryer or something maybe. Hold on, 20 minutes. Next up. Check these out. Oh yeah. So, lower oven is off. I'm going to set this for 15 minutes more. Look at my roast carrots. Pumpkin's got 15 minutes more, and then all of my roasting will be done, but look at that. So, it's not burned. That is the chili powder and caramelization and everything. To me, that is just delicious. I gotta let this cool because this is gonna be super hot. So, but like I said, these will go in a bowl. I'll cover them up, and then during the week as I'm hungry, I can just grab one or two, go back outside working, and these are sweet. These get to be sweet as honey. Oh, cool, Misty. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna end here pretty soon anyways. So foraging. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna shut this down. I'm gonna go visit Foraging's live stream. Oh, wow. And maybe we can all take a trip over to Foraging and Urban Garden. If you get a chance, or if you have time, I'm gonna head over there now. So thank you everybody for watching me harvest, or not harvest, but process a pumpkin, cook some carrots, cook some pumpkin a couple different ways. And you guys all have a great day. I should be getting my new, I hope I'm getting my new, it's said it's due, it's in transit today. My new router, it's a new Mark, or a Gen 6 router. It's supposed to be for all the smart TVs. It's supposed to be much faster, so that's what I'm gonna hook up today, hopefully. So we'll see you guys all later. I'm gonna eat some lunch, then work in the garden, but let's go check out Foraging and Urban Gardening right now. Let's go. Thank you.